Hello, everybody. What is up? FC Racer here, and welcome to the first GSA Celeste 80% League match. We've got a great one today. We've got Fladervy going against blackpear420. A quick rundown on how this is going to go. So we're going to be doing 3 races in total today. This is not a best of series. This is going to be 3 straight across races. Every victory is going to earn that runner 1 point, and then the overall winner is going to get an additional point. So each match is going to have 4 points up for grabs here. So we are getting set here. And again, if you're just tuning in, the league is going to have 12 runners, and we are heading into prologue. So we got Fladervy on the left and blackpear on the right. We're going to use prologue here as an opportunity to kind of set up just a little bit of information about the runners here. So Fladervy is our current world record holder, clocking in at a 28:37, and then we got blackpear coming in at a 30:33. So there is a little bit of difference here, but with the way the Celeste works, anything can happen. A bad run can happen. We can have spaghetti everywhere, and someone can come through in the clutch here. But we're going to close out a prologue and get ready for City. Now, City is a beautiful level. It's going to show off all the mechanics that we're going to have in the entire game. You're going to see a lot of hypers. You're going to see some ultras. You're going to see some spike jumps. You're going to see some wall bounces, like the whole 9 yards. It's like a tour of what's to come.
So and I'm sorry, I'm a little late, but I'm here now. I'm programmatic, and
yeah,
I'm hi. So it looks like I've only missed prologue so far, so I'm not too late. But
all right, so we are moving in Fladervy, flying through the first section here. Gonna do a reverse and nail that there. Now, as a heads up to the viewers,
nice neutral splat.
Oh, we got a speed. Oh, again, okay.
A little awkward. All right.
Maybe become a little too aggressive or nerves setting in. We're not quite sure here. So I was gonna bring up that you'll see that the timers are a little out of sync right now. That is because Celeste, for all of our races, we rely on in-game timer. So it's very important to pay attention to those underneath the runners' names. We'll do our best to try to keep updating as we move along, just to give you guys an idea, because with the CPU load times and etc., there can be a little bit of a desync here. But we're wrapping up City. Flad, so far so good. I mean, he had a few mishaps here. Get that first one. He's going to clock in at about a 153, and blackpear actually coming in at a 149. So off the bat, I mean, we had some mishaps here, but we got a lot of game left to play, folks. So be sure to.
You still there, FC?
Yeah, I'm still.
Okay, you cut out for a moment.
Oh, sorry about that.
So yeah, seems Flad's been making quite a few errors. It might just be him being a little overconfident. I'm not sure, but this is the world record holder, and we do know he loves going for some of the really crazy strats.
Yeah, and also blackpear has been doing he's been grinding it out too. Like, I've been talking with him. He feels confident that he can get a sub 30. It's just a matter of when, is what he said. So
yeah,
it would be stellar for him to just break out and get sub 30 in the first league race. That would definitely just be a powerful statement to all the runners. He's like, I'm here to play. Funny thing about blackpear too is that for his overall tournament experience, in the GSA 80%, he placed 4th place, and also in the speed gaming tournament, he made top 8. And what was interesting about the speed gaming tournament is he started out at a personal best of 45 minutes, and he just hammered away and got into a very low, I want to say like low 33 or low 32. So he's been doing a lot of work.
Yeah, so far it looks like blackpear still has maybe a slight lead, maybe 2 or so seconds.
Yeah, as both players heading to Awake. Now, for Awake, there's no real hazards here, but optimizing your movement is very important. We're going to see them do some corner boosting, as well as a lot of ultras here. Oh, and blackpear, unfortunately, springs.
Yep.
Those definitely bring the momentum to a halt.
Alright, so blackpear had a little bit of trouble with movement at the start, so it looks like we're about dead even now. See, Flat entered that room. Okay, I think blackpear is still about 2 seconds ahead, but it's very close now. Only the 3rd chapter, so plenty of room for Fladervy to take the lead back.
Anyway, chapter 3, this is definitely upswing in difficulty. This is definitely one of the longer chapters in the game, and there's a lot of hazards in mishaps that can go. Right, so Fladervy about to enter huge mess here. Again, this is similar to Awake, where there's not really any hazards or anything, but you really want to optimize your movement.
A little bit of a mismenu from blackpear, gonna cost him about half a second. Flag gonna go for the fast cycle here. Nails it. Blackpear going for a slightly safer option. I would say that's probably the hardest cycle given huge mess, so I don't blame him for taking it safe there. It's like 0.2 seconds or so of a difference anyway, so.
Yeah, especially taking a death there, you can lose time. Speaking of taking a death, getting hit there for some reason, I think that might put Fladervy up a little bit.
And Fladervy is definitely known for going for pretty much all of the hardest strats throughout the run. Like, although it may hurt his consistency, and that's what he has been struggling with when he was working towards world record, it definitely makes a big difference because he can get some incredible times from him if he gets them done right. Though, of course, in a race setting, consistency is key, so if he makes too many errors, it can cost him more than he could have gained.
Yeah, Fladervy having a little mishap there in the laundry room.
Ooh, blackpear goes for the underside
that was very
cycle.
nice. Right, so it looks like blackpear is behind about by 3 seconds, as we head into elevator shaft. Now, of course, we got demo dash coming up. I'm curious to see if we're going to be taking checkpoints or if we're going to go pedal to the metal and just go for it. So we're going to see what Flat's going to do here.
Is probably going to go for a checkpoint, but Flat might do. Okay, Flat's doing it with checkpoint. Definitely doesn't want to take that extra risk.
Yeah,
not going for PB. This is a race, so you don't need to take huge risks in this case. And yeah, blackpear missing it once, having a little trouble setting up the pixel, and struggling with getting the demo dash too.
Getting it on 3rd try. Now the setup for that, folks.
He almost got the corner of the cycle.
Yeah, the setup for demo is as soon as you grab onto the wall, you want to climb up 2 pixels higher than the initial starting point, and there is a little visual cue there. And then after that, it's just a full jump, and then you're gonna do the demo dash. Like full jump, tap forward slightly just to give yourself a little space, and then you do the demo dash and you're out. I think in a race setting, it's very easy to try to go ahead of yourself, which I think might have happened there on blackpear's screen. But there's still a lot of game left. I mean, 5B is another one too. I mean, blackpear was a former 5B IL world record holder, so anything could change as we head into the end of Celestial Resort here.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
That was
If you weren't awake, folks, you definitely are now. After that nice maneuvering from blackpear there, same, unfortunately losing a little bit of time, but better that than to take a death and having to do that over again.
15-second lead for Vlad now. Pretty sizable lead, but of course there is that one big strat in Temple that can just completely turn a race around, as we did see that grand finals earlier.
Oh yeah, that is true. Also we have Ridge here too, and Ridge is known to also just stall some runners out. Like for example, we got some cloud issues here. Oh no! Oh, nice recovery. Okay. Whew.
The wind makes that even harder because it's pushing you away from the wall.
Oh yeah.
Like you can't neutral jump up that wall. You need to have some stamina to climb it.
Yeah, the big thing about Ridge is
Vlad gets like the topmost pixel there.
Getting very close to her. It's too early for me to be getting too excited and hyped up right now. I need to get a little settled, Flat. I need you to calm down a little bit. But yeah, with Ridge, the big thing about it is that every room is just like you have like the huge opportunity to save a little bit of time, but also to lose a lot of time, particularly with the wind going against you. Oh, okay, hold on, Flat. We got some new tech there. I have never seen that before.
I think I missed it. Did he go all the way to the third bubble?
Yeah, he skipped.
Yeah, I've seen some people do that. Like I don't think TGH goes for it, but I think Narrow does that. I know I've seen one other person besides Vlad do it before, but I don't remember who.
Well, that was looking extra crispy. And we're seeing the difference here between the amount of time. I mean, blackpear was going for the previous strat there, and that is definitely a lot faster. So you're looking to get those IOs and Ridge. Take notes on fly screen.
Because the strat that Vlad did in that room to get to the third level, it requires a grounded ultra, and then you need a massive coyote extended hyper in order to get all the way to that bubble. Basically the same strat as entirely skipping the block in the first auto scroller, just not quite as hard. It would be extremely hype if we saw some auto scroller skips sometime during the league, though.
I have a feeling that might happen. I feel like someone might just bust that out. I wouldn't be surprised.
Is Scrublord in the league? I don't remember.
I believe he is in the.
He's probably put more practice into those auto scroller skips than anyone else, so it would be pretty cool if we saw at least the first auto scroller skip from him.
Actually, I believe Fladervy is also like I saw them both working on them at AGDQ in the practice room, so I think that might be a part of their repertoire moving into the league here, which would be very exciting. All right, so Fladervy heading into 5A. Again, we're only going to see a little bit of this level now. The norm for the high end of the runners here is to get that tape and jump right into 5B. So we're going to see about a minute's worth of time here in 5A. So enjoy it while you can, folk. And then also as a quick breakdown too, in case you're wondering why we do this, so in Celeste, it's possible to advance to the next chapter no matter what. Oh, hold on. No yeet, unfortunately, from Fladervy. We'll see if blackpear will get it.
Can we get an yay in chat?
But yes, Celeste, you can unlock the next chapter from clearing any level. All right, let's see if Blackpear can get this here.
Not quite.
Oh, no,
They're both slightly too high. He goes for the dangle strat in this room, which is just slightly slower than dashing up right through that gap.
All right, flag.
This is a 3-race match though, so we'll get 6 opportunities to get at least 1 each.
Mm-hmm. You know, Blackpear in the tape room too.
It's the fast cycle.
Also, you might have noticed that he was dashing down on that block prior to the tape grab. That actually saves a little bit of time, a few frames, not a whole lot, but every time Madeline dashes, it stops the timer. And in those switch block rooms, that is the only place where like the ITG will also be like, you know, like everything stops except for that.
He gets first try up drop.
Nice.
That's gonna definitely keep his lead. And if Blackpear can't get it first try, it's more or less the race for Fladervy, because it's like a 10-second loss if you miss it. So let's hope Blackpear can get this first try.
I know Blackpear, it has had problems with it before, so we're gonna see.
All right,
nice.
He's good. Whoa! Went diagonally through that gap. I've never seen anyone do that before.
I unfortunately missed it. I'm gonna check the VOD.
Oh yeah, it was on Blackpear's side. He, in that like third to the last or something, the room after Bub's drop. I don't know how to describe the room. The one with like a ton of bubbles where you hit the button. He dashed diagonally through a gap that you usually dash sideways through.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Like I said, Blackpear was a former IL world record holder for 5B, so he's definitely familiar with the stage.
Bringing out the IL strats in any percent run.
Oh, I respect the play. Alright, so Flad taking a death there.
Oh, okay, Blackpear uses the Seeker Shockwave to get his dash back there.
Alright, Fladervy now in the Seeker Gauntlet room. Blackpear a few screens behind, but
there's an Ultra in that room as well.
Flad graciously handling those Seekers. Nicely done here. He's got a few screens to go before he's out of 5B.
Blackpear bonks that Seeker, and usually people just throw Theo at it in order to get it out of the way.
Fladervy taking a death in the impossible room here, but he looks like he's going to get out in a 234. Nicely. Now look at this comparison here. Blackpear is almost out, and like I said, Fladervy was in at 234. And Blackpear is going to look like he's going to get away with a 231. Oh, 230. Wow.
So Blackpear saving a few seconds there. Since they both did get Bub's drop, it's not going to be a huge change though, and Fladervy still has a pretty sizable lead.
We see Blackpear actually checking his time. I was like, I wonder maybe is that a PB for Blackpear there? I don't know. What to wait and see.
Alright, so one death to Lake skip for Fladervy. Okay, going for the water boost version of Lake skip.
Fortunately, missing his setup a few times, but was able to get it, so it's still time saving.
Yeah, something I've noticed about the water boost version is that, at least in my personal experience, doing it that way, if you mess it up, usually you won't hit the spikes, but you'll instead just overshoot the wall, which I think costs a little less time than dying. So,
yeah,
like, not only is it the faster strat, but I feel like messing it up is slightly less penalizing. Of course, it is the harder version for most people, since you can just do a wall jump to give yourself more time to line it up. Ooh, blackpear ultras to that feather.
All right, Fladervy grinding through, getting through to this bumper area.
Blackpear having a little trouble getting a fight for that spike.
I'm curious to see. I know blackpear has a particular strat that he'll do, unless, yeah, on this, not this screen, but the next screen coming up with all the, or I'm sorry, 2 screens. Excuse me.
Yeah. I don't think
room
there's
with the
any
big bumpers.
possible deviation in the RNG room. I think you just dash.
Yeah, no. So what blackpear did there is he does a very quick bunny hop from the previous room to transition in, and then gets enough height so that he can actually skip that first bumper. It's a little risky because it's a very tight jump, but I feel like it saves a little bit of time and it looks pretty cool.
Blackpear gets both the bumper cancel and the corner boost out of that top route.
Oh no,
Fladervy. That's one of the biggest deaths you can get in Reflection.
Gonna allow blackpear to get a little bit of time. We'll see.
Yeah, Fladervy is still more than 10 seconds ahead, so blackpear is gonna need to get this from first try though. Taking the checkpoint, okay.
Got Fladervy doing a little bit of swag here as we get ready for battle and boost.
Oh, you get the checkpoint if you land up there. I didn't even know that. I thought blackpear missed the checkpoint trigger, but I'm wrong apparently.
Yeah, I think also Nero has a different route there, where instead of going through that third or the second intended shortcut, he just skips it and does the intended route. And I think it's so he can get that checkpoint and then just it's like right there for the last one.
Because blackpear did skip the second ravine as well to get the checkpoint, but I think Nero has like a strat where he does like a bumper cancel into an ultra out of it. It's pretty insane, and it's pretty much just as fast as just using the second ravine too. So
yeah, and then since you're getting that checkpoint, I feel like it might just be the overall better route. At least for people that don't feel confident in their like.
Because like using the second ravine only saves time if you ignore that checkpoint. Like taking the second ravine and then going up to the checkpoint is definitely slower than just doing it the normal way to get the checkpoint. So having a fast strat to get to the checkpoint as quickly as possible is really helpful.
All right, and we are in knee deep with the battle and fight here. And again, if you've been watching the races, the battle and fight is pretty, I feel like it's pretty optimized. You're gonna see a few ultra strats here and there. We're gonna see if we're actually gonna get a reverse ultra from Flag.
Blackpear's actually been having a lot of trouble with multiple ultra strats I've seen so far in the battle and fight. Just definitely cost him quite a bit. I think I've seen at least like 5 deaths from him over the course of the fight so far.
Yeah, you don't want to have that happen, particularly because like I've had a death in this room and it's just
that room has like one of the worst death cycles in the game, like even worse than a lot of rooms in Resort, which is just notorious for having awful death cycles.
Because you have like Battleland's laser and then you have both bumpers that are just offset, and it can really mess with you.
Yeah.
Well, Flat is moving along here. It's about almost out of Reflection and getting ready for his climb up the mountain, as blackpear is beginning his second round against Battleland here. All right, and Flad is out. He's gonna get his second dash and start his ascent up the mountain one more time. Gonna double check on blackpear here. He's on the few screens before the end here. It's a nice little free fall gauntlet where Battleland is just trying to do her best to stop you, but no, handles it nice there. Let's see if he's gonna go for the fast strats here. Nope.
Ooh.
Ooh, woo. Okay.
Doesn't
Getting
quite
a
get
little
the
trick.
fast feather grab, and it almost gets him killed.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. All right. He's gonna get
Uh,
his ascent here.
I didn't quite check, but is blackpear a keyboard player? I think it looked like he was.
I'm not 100% sure, to be honest.
Because
I know Fladervy is.
Yeah, because like the thing about those fast feather grabs, like grabbing a feather while you're still inside the feather, like since you get slightly faster feather movement with a controller, it makes the biggest differences in rooms like that where you need to get a feather before you fall out of the first one. And if blackpear is a keyboard player, then that probably is what made it a little difficult for him.
Yeah, I'm not sure now that I think about it. Because I have two.
I think he overextended a wall boost there. You need to get max height out of that wall boost in order to land on that platform. And he has to neutral jump his way out. It's a little scary.
I think nerves are. I feel like nerves are setting in. I mean, you know, actually looking at it, I'm not sure what blackpear's IL time is for Summit, but
Ooh, he underextends that dash there too.
I think he's getting nervous. I feel like that he could be on pace for a sub 30, but I could be wrong. I mean, I'm not sure what his IL is.
It doesn't look like it. He would need like, I don't know, a sub 830.
It's gonna be tough, but or maybe he was on pace. We're not sure, but it definitely, looking at blackpear's screen, I'm seeing nerves set in. I wonder if he's, you know, I don't know what's going through his mind, because overall, like this first race, he has been keeping up. He's been keeping pace with Fladervy like for a very long time, pretty much basically up until battling. So we'll see. In the meantime, Fladervy here flying through 1,000, hypering out of these dream blocks. I think this has become my funnest area of Summit. Just doing that. Oh, nice. Getting that dash down and hypering out of that there too. Vlad making it look really easy. He's going to get in at a 211 here going into 1,500. And of course, 1,500 notoriously considered the hardest section of the game. Our Dust Bunny's return, and we've got a few really long rooms here. Vlad's gonna make easy work of this as he heads through, but from a casual point of view, that room and this one in particular are very challenging. I think this one more so if you're trying to do a speedrun of the level, because there's just nowhere for you to land, and like it's just basically a one shot. You have to just go for it. Right now, blackpear entering 1,500 as Fladervy is exiting out. See how blackpear handles this one here. Oh no, taking the death early.
He drops that platform a little too low to get the dash jump off the next one.
Does it again.
He's standing on it for a little too long. Ooh, oh, nice. Dash is too early there. I think he overextended the dash jump, which caused him not to get enough forward momentum.
Nice, taking a little bit there to get his composure back, but yeah, it's just you don't want to see it like this. I mean, overall, it was it was a fantastic run, and like it's still, you know, he's still doing well. It's just that there's, you know, nerves or something of the sort is just kind of getting the best of him right now. It's one of the big things about, you know, these sort of races too, is that composure is such a huge factor, and it can make a big difference. Right now, Fladervy getting through the battle line alley-oop section here in 2,000. We're gonna get a nice demo there. Excellent work there. Saves a little bit of time because you don't have to grab the auto scroller block and ride it out, but it's also very safe, because if you mess up you can just grab onto the block and then do it the normal way. So it's a very low risk, high reward section if you're interested to run the game.
Pretty nice corner boost at the first room of 2500.
Oh yeah, also nice too because that sets you up for an ultra to land, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, it was actually the first wall that he corner boosted off of, and he dashed.
Oh, he got it
before the corner boost.
He got it off the first one. Okay, yeah. I haven't seen that one. I remember that. I know the second one. Oh no!
Yeah, he actually didn't. I think he went for the corner boost on the second one, but he didn't quite get it.
Oh, blackpear having a lot of problems in 2000 here.
Yeah.
Snowball Room is giving him a lot of trouble. Fladervy is going to hit 3000 here. And then home stretch. blackpear is about 75% of the way through 2000. Nice, blackpear getting that demo dash there too to get underneath that auto scroller. But Fladervy is shredding through this downdraft portion of Summit. Oh, spoke too soon. Getting a little head bonk there, but it's a very short death, so he's able to get back in there.
The most of the flags in downdraft are extremely short. Can't say the same about updraft though. Those are some of the longest parts of Summit and some of the most punching deaths.
Alright, then we got a sync now between both runners to get a better picture on where everybody's at. Also at downdraft too, I feel like you skip more flags in downdraft. So a death, I want to say it's from like 26 to 23. I could be wrong though, I'm just throwing that out there. But there's a couple
I don't think you skip multiple flags in a row in downdraft. I know there are at least 2 notable flag skips there though. Ooh, okay, blackpear's just gonna go up the safe way.
Yeah, I think it's from 26 to 23. Like where that section with the springs where you have to traverse back to the left. It's the optimal strat is like there's one flag in the bottom corner and then there's one there. I have to look at it when blackpear gets there because I could be just being a very bad car salesman here and just lying through my teeth. I'll get a confirmation on that. That section for me is really tough because I've taken deaths there before and I'm just like, well, I have to start this all over again.
Yeah, but it looks like blackpear has pretty much lost like over a minute over the course of the first bit of Summit. He's getting in a lot of trouble. May just be saving his energy for the later races though.
Yeah, it could be. Okay, it's definitely not 26. Definitely not 26. It's this section here, this flag. So you can skip that one there. Yeah. And then, oh, you know what? You're right.
You do get this one, so. But then you can skip this one right here.
For some reason I was thinking that there was one in between, but I was severely mistaken. My bad, y'all.
Yeah, I don't think anybody would be, like, unless you're like running an IL, I don't think anyone would be willing to skip multiple flags.
All right, so we got Fladervy wrapping up game 1 here. It looked like it was a 29-20. As blackpear now going through the updraft portion, keeping his dash there so he can get across that very easily. Now heading into 14 here. And this one, 14 and 13 is probably the most stressful area in 3000, in my opinion.
Yeah.
because it's just
this
like,
flag right here is one that I haven't seen someone die to in a long time, but it's one of the more stressful ones because there's that just little gap you have to squeeze through at the very end. Especially when people are dashing diagonally first before lining up the dash. That just makes it even more, even scarier to watch.
well, it definitely looks like blackpear is getting his bear just a little bit here. Very clean updraft section, in my opinion, as he gets ready for the home stretch here.
It does look like blackpear actually is a controller player, just judging from that feather. I might be wrong though, maybe he is tapping really, really fast and I can't tell.
That'd be really impressive. Oh no! But yeah, I think you're right. I think he is playing on controller.
Yeah, that's definitely controller right there.
Yeah, that one is definitely, yeah. That area is just a little too tight and very. I've tried it on keyboard and oh nope, it's a little tough. So blackpear in the home stretch here on flag 1, barring any mishaps here, should be in the clear. Let's say maybe clocking in at a 31:41. Close, 31:40.
Like it. No, it's a
Oh
41.
no, yeah, well, wow. Okay.
It goes to full black before you can quite see the actual time, so. Yeah, it looks like mostly deaths made all the difference. Like, blackpear with more than twice as many deaths as Fladervy. And yeah, Summit cost him probably like a minute and a half overall.
I felt, yeah, I think that he knew he was on PB pace, and it just got the best of him, unfortunately. And that happened. You know, you get in that mindset where you're just like, oh, I'm about to get a personal best. I just don't want to mess anything up, and then the nerves start setting in, or you try to take things a little slower, or you're a little hesitant. It just like snowballs downward into just a whole bunch of problems. All right, so we have the runners here taking a little bit of a breather here, like a 2-minute break here before we get into the second race. So if you're at home, take this opportunity to do a little bit of stretching if you need to, refill that water or that glass of milk or orange juice that you have, and go ahead and head back in a short few, because we are going to be jumping right back into this mountain climbing experience.
And also, worth a mention, since this is just kind of the first set of rounds, this isn't best of 3. We're just counting the wins, so we're gonna have 3 races no matter what. So regardless of the results of this next race, we'll be seeing a third afterwards. Definitely stay tuned for that.
There will also be some other league races happening today. I'll try to pull them up real quick. Give me 1 second here. So yeah, right after this match, we're gonna have Super Mario Odyssey. It looks like it's Equan versus Oral Me. I'm sorry, I butchered your name. I apologize. And then later tonight at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time, we have Mario Kart Double Dash with Raz and Koopa versus Average Trey 2. So definitely got a lot more league action here. It looks like we're going to get started here very shortly. All right, and they are off. So for the second race, I think the big thing that we'll need to see is, Fladervy's just got to keep coasting and just kind of keep doing what he's doing. He's a little bit off from his PB, but I mean, it's world record pace, so you have to be really tight to even be on that. For blackpear, I think just maintaining that composure, like I think that's the big thing right now. Basically, from the first part all the way up until the end game of that last race, blackpear was like neck and neck with Fladervy, even having the lead in a few places. So I think he just needs to, just keep that composure, get those nerves settled, and he should be able to give Flad a run for his money. So we're going to be diving into city here. I think Fladervy had, if I remember correctly, he might have had a few just movement issues here. Oh, well, speaking of movement issues, they're missing the wall.
Yeah.
Just small things, but now blackpear 2 taking a death immediately. Look like. Again, as I mentioned, City is a wonderful level that just showcases what's to come for the races from a speedrunning perspective. You see like everything that the game offers in City.
Yeah, and City is a chapter where, like, you'll probably see. He's gonna have to retry that. Yeah. That's a. You didn't quite get it, but that's an interesting backup. Is that like a double corner boost?
That's what it looked like. I'm feeling it though. I mean, he had to try it again, but he definitely had a nice backup there. All right, and Flat is already out, but blackpear just a few screens behind.
Oh
no.
Doesn't quite get the corner. Did he get the jump, but it wasn't neutral, or did he not quite get the jump?
I don't think he got the jump. I didn't see the little dust cloud from the back there, but he gets it on the.
Oh, that's a backup right there.
Yeah, nice presence of mind of knowing you didn't have your dash there, Flat. I see you. And now blackpear beginning his journey through Old Site here as well. And again, like the early game is very optimized. I feel like from a race standpoint, things don't really start getting to like shaken up until we get to like Resort and Ridge in Mirror Temple. Like, I don't know, just like from all of it, it's like, the first two chapters, it's about, it's the routes are the same, you know what I mean? And you basically, as long as everybody's running pretty clean, you're not gonna see too much of like a lead change or anything. But once we get into like Resort, Ridge, and Temple, that's where you're gonna see a lot of the shakeups happening. And then usually, oh, go ahead.
Like Resort is probably the hardest chapter in the game just because of all the cycles, so that can definitely change a lot there. And then of course you have Temple with the single most important strat in the entire game. And definitely. Single most costly as well.
We've seen Flat take a death here in Old Site, which allows blackpear to catch up just a little bit. But yeah, but by the time you get out of Reflection and into Summit, it's pretty much a given on how the, like, depending on how close the runners are, but it's very hard to catch up in Summit.
Blackpear getting cornered a few times. That is notorious for happening in old sites specifically. All these little blocks that can just eat your momentum if you accidentally jump off the corner of them. Oh, I think he may have wanted the corner boost there, but probably forgot the hold grab.
All right, so it looks like Blackpear is now 8 seconds behind as we head into Resort. Now, Blackpear had some problems with Demo Dash, which also just like started cutting into his deficit behind Fladervy. And again, I think it's just nerves. I think it just it looked like he was rushing the dash and was just dashing a little too early. So
yeah, it seemed like he was rushing the dash, even though he spent a ton of time trying to set up the pixel.
Yeah.
So it was hard to tell if he was trying to do it quickly or slowly.
And I think it goes back to the controller too. I think for keyboard, I feel like it's easier to hit a key for one frame and then hit it for another frame to get set up. It seems a little more difficult to do on a controller, at least from my own experience. What I've actually done is, oh, go ahead.
Yeah, like as much as we said how like controller has better feather control and certain things like that, that doesn't necessarily put controller at an objective advantage either, because there are a lot of input heavy techniques that are easier on keyboard due to the fact that you have completely digital directional inputs and there's no risk of accidentally having like a bad analog angle. Like I know a lot of people who play on controller don't even use the analog stick for most of the game because getting a slightly wrong angle can just completely mess up your dash direction and will almost always get you killed.
Yeah, definitely. In fact, I think Star Cruncher plays analog, which like just blew my mind when I found that out. I was like, how are you able to have like perfect inputs for everything?
I can't imagine inputting a like reverse hyper into ultra or something like that with like what Blackpear just did there, reverse hyper into ultra. Doing that on an analog stick must be extremely difficult.
Oh yeah, I don't even see how you can to be consistent with it too, because there's definitely a lot of them that you have to. Yeah, one of the things that I do with Demo Dash for that setup is I do use the analog stick to get those to get in position. Wow, I cannot speak. I'm sorry. I was even trying to see if I can find the right spot so I can just do it once and then get the 2 pixel height and then just go just to optimize it there.
Does the analog stick let you climb more slowly, or is that not a thing? I don't really know quite everything about controller.
I've noticed that for myself, if I just kind of like flick the control stick just briefly, it'll give like that 1 pixel, and I feel it's easier to just like take my thumb and just kind of like slide it forward versus trying to tap for 1 frame to get the height. But that's personal preference. Some people probably just have it like down pat. Right, so Blackpear is about to get out of huge mess as Fladervy is heading into elevator shaft. We're gonna see that demo here again. Got some coins to activate first. This is so nicely. And this room too. This room can be problematic too. I know for myself, I've had instances where I would try to wall bounce off that wall at the end, and Madeline's just like, I don't really feel like it, and it forces you to have to start all over.
Oh yeah, because like you see, like you even wave dash into it, and the wave dash does send you right into the wall, so you don't really need to worry about lining it up. But you need to make sure you get enough out of that wall boost in order to get to the second wall. Like the main thing that usually kills me there is actually the wall jump after the wall boost, because I try holding left immediately after the wall boost, and sometimes I don't actually reach the wall.
Oh no,
Blackpear gets the corner boost in the long room before presidential suite. Plays a little safe and does the diagonal dash at the end. Gets a good cutscene ultra. Ooh.
A little bit of a
little cycle trouble, but it's not going to cost him too much.
In the meantime, Flat is zooming through.
Not a room that you usually see people die in.
Flat on the final screen of Ashiro here. Then Flat is out. He's clocking in at an 8:22. Is blackpear now in the final screen of Oshiro. And again, this screen in particular, wow, he just, okay, I don't even have time to talk about it because he's already out of it.
That was a very fast tunnel room. So yeah, Fladervy again has a pretty substantial lead, but do keep in mind that this is the world record holder that we're seeing.
Mm-hmm. And we still have Bub Drop coming up in 5B, and you know, to hit it home to how crucial this particular trick is. If you miss that trick, it is 10 seconds that you lose, if I'm not mistaken.
10 seconds or more if you have trouble getting to the post drop. Depends on how quickly you can set it up.
Yeah.
But I think it's like 10 seconds at the least.
Yeah, so if that happens, it's just boom. It's a quick turnaround. And again, we've seen that in the speed gaming tournament. One of the races, Fladervy, I think he missed. He missed it like 6 times.
6
times. Yeah, in like just
he lost over a minute that one strat. And that strat is nearly frame perfect. Like you have 5 frames to buffer the jump, but then you only have 2 frames to release the jump button at just the right time. And if you're even a frame late, you'll land on the platform and then be forced to either play the chapter normally or go back to the map to try it again.
It's also, it's a little funny when people miss it, because like everybody anticipates Madeline to not land on anything and just kind of fall through. So like what happens is you'll see Madeline just like hit there and she's just like squatting down from players holding down. And it's just like, well, I guess we gotta try this one again.
Oh, that's a little too soon. It didn't quite reach the bubble. I guess in that time. That's a very hard hyper bunny hop to get off that platform. That has to be like the shortest possible hyper that you can do too. So
I don't know how a lot of runners get it. Oh,
had a little trouble getting to the switch, but as long as you don't die in this room, it's fine.
Fladervy in the home stretch here. You're gonna get a 239, 238 there. Pretty good time. blackpear getting to his cliff face portion now. I do like that strat at the, not this screen, but the next one, where they're gonna take the green bubble and down back and then ultra off of that. Oh, well, blackpear
okay,
go for it.
Yeah.
Joke's on me.
I'm not sure. Like, I need to figure out if doing that strat with the reverse wave dash bubble is still faster if you don't ultra. Because I know most people who do the reverse wave dash do an ultra after the reverse wave dash, but it has to be a very well timed ultra if you want to reach the bubble. Like if you're a little too soon with the ultra, you won't go far enough, and if you're a little too late, you won't get enough ultra momentum to reach the bubble. So. Like, you can reverse wave dash, fall, and then dash into the bubble, but I'm not sure if it's faster than just going to the platform. Alright, so we get another attempt at yeet. Yeet!
Oh, we got it.
Nailed
Woo!
it this time.
Not disappointing the fan. Also, Fladervy's 5A to get the tape is bonkers in its own right.
Yeah, he has a very fast take. That's also an extremely hard cycle skip there because you have to predict when that blue platform will appear so you can bunny hop off it like frames after it appears.
Alright, blackpear not getting yeet, unfortunately. All right, here we go.
Oh, okay, neutral jumps around there.
All right, Fladervy heading towards Bub's drop here.
Good.
Oh, he gets it. Whew. I always want to just like take that quick breath, like to see it, to see if they're gonna get it. Or...
Yeah.
Right now, blackpear making his way there as well. Fladervy moving very nicely through this section. Holy moly!
Ooh, was blackpear trying to quarter boost off that?
Yes, I have seen him. I have seen him do that before.
Oh no!
Oh no! That might have been it. That could be it. Like I said before, blackpear is has had trouble with the bub strap before. I've actually seen him opt to. Oh no!
Oh no!
So yeah, now you're forced to just restart the chapter, and then this is that time loss that we're talking about. I know that blackpear is capable of doing the old route where you can do the corner boost off the end there, but it's not needed. He was able to get it on the third try there.
So this is the room where he did that dash earlier, so keep an eye on blackpear.
Wait, I want to see this.
Right there.
Ooh, hold on, hold on. We got a crispy moment of the week, y'all. That's a runner right there. Ooh, he did that twice too. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
And nailed it both times.
Oh man, that's what I'm talking about.
That looks even harder than the like flag 10 diagonal dash in Summit too. So.
Oh yeah. And
like the flag 10 one, you also have the updraft, giving you a little bit more time to line it up.
That's my favorite diagonal dash to do. I try to do it every run. It's like I'm just gonna go for it. Okay. Whoa. What? Flat. That is. I've never seen that.
Darn it.
He like just.
Was it the backup he did earlier, or did you just have a close shot for it?
I think it might have been a backup. I'm not 100% sure. I just noticed he like threw Theo onto the switch block and then had to climb up to make it. I had never seen that.
Ooh, blackpear, instead of doing a wall boost, he does a diagonal dash into a corner jump there.
It's a very interesting play.
Ooh.
Oh no.
I think he didn't. He probably meant to do a climbing jump there. Oh no, he meant to do a wall boost, but I think he overextended it.
Okay.
Ooh. That Seeker's giving me a little trouble in kind of an awkward spot. Very nice bonk there, though. Ooh. Loses a little speed attempting that Theo Ultra.
Oh, this time opting to have Theo take care of the heart this time. Alright, so blackpear is getting his reflection started here, but Fladervy already in hollows. Getting through this maze portion of the game. For the most part, actually, wait, is it all top route now?
No, it's bottom route here.
Oh, yeah. So, because I didn't even know that there was actually like, oh, okay, bumper. I didn't know that there was like a top route in that room, but I was just like casually like looking through it one of the times, and yeah, that top route room after that, you don't want to go in there. It's really bad.
There's like 6 bumpers and 2 switches you have to hit. It's pretty nasty.
Yeah, Flat is just he's zooming through as expected. Because I mean, like, Reflection is one of those chapters where, from when you first start playing it, it's just like, oh my gosh, this is so difficult. But I feel like when you really get the route down, it's definitely easier than a lot of the other chapters.
Well, I can definitely say that for the battle and fight, at least. I'd say the battle and fight's probably the easiest part of Reflection, to be honest. But
Oh yeah,
like the part leading up the battle in can be a nightmare if you have trouble with feather movement. There are also a lot of really long rooms here too.
there's that.
Yeah, I see that.
That's right.
Bumper skip.
Fladervy doing a little bit of swag there as he gets ready for his battle line boost. Nails that. Yeah, like with the battle, and I think for anybody that is like learning or is interested in wanting to speedrun Celeste, I feel besides search skip, if you don't want to do the 5B route, learning the battle and fight is probably one of the most important areas to learn first, in my opinion.
Like the thing about the battle and fight is that the faster you go, the safer it is, and that feels counterintuitive, but that really is the case because you need to be going fast enough that you can stop her from shooting certain projectiles that might get in your way otherwise if you're too slow.
Yep. Like I remember in the speed gaming tournament when we were doing the round robin play, from the matches that I saw, so many people were getting hung up in the battle and fight, and like leads were lost and games were taken from this section. And so I was told myself, I was like, I need to like nail this down. And then the races that I had, I would take the lead in the battling portion. Now I didn't win because my summit wasn't that great, but I was able to claw back and get back into the saddle. So I feel that, if you're just learning or if you're just starting out, definitely learn the battle and fight because it is like one of the more technical areas, but then once you get it down, it's just like really easy. And as Programmatic mentioned, the faster you go, it is easier to not get hit by a laser or those orbs. And then actually this leads into another one too. For new runners, Programmatic, do you feel that they should learn 5B?
New runners? I would say no, because like a bad 5B won't save time. Like if you struggle a lot more with 5B than you do with 5A, it's not going to save time even if you get first try bubs drop. And of course, if you can't get first try bubs drop with consistency, then it's definitely not worth it because that's the one strat that really makes 5B worth going for.
Oh yeah.
And like if you're like 50-50 with bubs drop, then you're just gonna have to be willing to pretty much kill half of your runs while attempting it. So like if you can get a solid 5A, like a really good 5A is still going to be faster than an okay 5B. Like you pretty much need to be equally good with both chapters in order to save on 5B. So like for brand new runners, I definitely wouldn't recommend 5B just yet. Because like for new runners, your time is really just going to come all down to deaths. Like you don't want to worry too much about speed optimizations, especially if it's gonna get you killed more attempting them.
Yeah. Alright, so we got Fladervy getting ready to hit his summit, and blackpear just a few screens behind.
Like I don't even run 5B yet because I don't want to put my entire run in the hands of a single strat. Like I'm at the point where most people would make the switch, but just like I feel like my 5A is optimized enough not to make the switch just yet.
Yeah, I'm starting to make the transition myself. It's still off. Like I think right now my 5B with my PB is not faster than my 5A, but it's close, at least from like a PB standpoint. But like on an average, as long as I can nail like the funny thing for me too is that it's not even the bubs drop. It's that long screen after the bubs drop that gets me caught up. Like I can get the bubs drop consistently, but you want me to do that screen with the red bubbles and the saw blades that go back and forth on first try? Yeah, I'm probably not going to do that.
Like, I've been doing some 5B practice yet, not a lot. Like I haven't done full IL runs of it or anything. But like to be honest, like I agree that bubs drop, like while bubs drop is the most important strat, I wouldn't even say it's the hardest strat in 5B. Like the spike jump that you do into the last room of 5B, I think is actually one of the hardest parts. Like I can't get that spike jump for the life of me.
Yeah, and for some reason, you run the risk of like vaulting into that other set of spikes, which has happened to me a lot. It's like, come on, not here. Just losing a lot of time there. Alright, so we got Fladervy now in not 2000. In 1000. As blackpear is getting through his 500 section here. And then with the dream blocks here, you know, seeing on Fladervy's screen that Madeline is actually exiting with red hair instead of pink. So it's possible to just like set yourself up and have faster times through here. And again, this is probably my favorite section in Summit, just because it's a lot of fun and satisfying to hyper out of dream blocks.
I don't do it just yet. Like I've gotten a little better, but it saves like 2 seconds over the course of 1000 if you get every single dream hyper. But then if you miss one dream hyper, you can lose like 5 seconds. So like it's a big risk if you can't do it consistently. Oh. Okay, he's gonna have. Okay, he has to wait a few cycles, but he almost dropped through there too quickly. That was a little odd, but yeah, that's one of the hardest rooms, or maybe even the hardest room in 1500 if you attempt that cycle skip. So Fladervy, knowing he's not quite gonna make it, does look for a backup.
Glad going through the battle and alley-oop section, making it look like a piece of cake here. It's about a 500-meter difference between both runners. So blackpear was running into a little bit of problems here. We're going to see if he's got his bearings down. Much better.
He gets the faster version of the cycle skip there too. Yeah, at the very end of that room, you can choose to either go upright, down right immediately, or wait a very slight moment and then do up forward. And up forward is slightly slower, but is much more consistent. So yeah, blackpear also not quite getting the cycle skip, so waiting a little bit to make it safer. Oh, he's gonna do this from death. I know
nice wall bounce.
That's really hard. Yeah, most people reset the cycle in that room because the death strat is extremely difficult, but blackpear just went for it.
Yeah, that was nice. It does involve a wall bounce there. He just made it look super. And yeah, there's a lot of people that will just go into the other room and then reset and retry it again. So good.
Because I know a lot of people also, when doing that strat, they'll do a buffered hyper from the transition, so they can do the ultra a little sooner. But if you do it from death, you don't have that option. You have to extend a hyper from the start.
Oh no, Fladervy taking a death in the battle line room. 1000. Not sure. I'm not entirely sure what happened there. Like he might have dashed early or something, but he just didn't get enough height.
Which orb did he die after?
It was the second to last orb. Like after the he got the spring section, but then like after that he just went up and then like just didn't get enough height and had to take a death there. like the new optimized strat for that room that Flad just left. We need to thread the needle here.
I think blackpear wasn't holding forward when trying to demo dash through there, so he dashed straight down instead.
Oh no.
Yeah, he's not going to go for the demo dash this time. Yeah, because the way demo dash works, if you're using a button to do demo dash, is that you assign a down button to another key or input, which means that if you don't hold forward, attempting the demo dash will make you dash straight down instead.
I keep forgetting that that's an option, that people have like a demo button.
Oh yeah, I mean, for anyone who wants to learn demo dash, I highly recommend you do it if you can, because the hardest part of demo dashing is the input sequence, and you can just not do the input sequence if you assign a button to do it for you.
That is just blasting through the section. Oh my gosh. I was trying to get an idea to where to like say where he's at, but he's not giving me an opportunity to drop that GPS down, as he is about to be out of downdraft here. Holy smokes, folks.
Yeah, this is a sub 29 pace right now. Not looking quite like PB pace, but definitely sub 29, which I think is going to be the first sub 29 we see in a race. Did we see? No, I think we saw. Never mind. We saw some sub 29s at Speed Gaming, but that was only in like grand finals. So, like, if we can start this tournament off with a sub 29, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, that would be really impressive. It's gonna be close.
Yeah. I mean, like, he finished updraft at like 27:30, and like the entirety of 3000 takes a little under 3 minutes, and downdraft takes a little under 50 seconds. So he has like 20 seconds worth of air that he can make and still get sub 29. And blackpear looks like he's not struggling nearly as much with Summit so far as he was before.
Yeah. Doesn't look like blackpear is going to be on PB pace, but this definitely looks a lot smoother.
Well, he did miss Bub's drop twice. That's the main problem.
Oh yeah. Ooh, okay, Flad. Man, he just zooming through flag one here. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
it's pretty terrifying sometimes seeing people go for the optimal flag one strats, because like you're at the end, just finish it. But no, you can still save like another second or so if you do all of the dash jumps that you can. But the best, yeah, he needs that crystal. Okay.
Flad clocking in at a 29-23. It's going to award him another point here. Now, again, folks, it's not a best of race here. It is 3 races straight away. So we got one more coming your way. And we'll see if we're going to get another breather in here real quick. Oh, taking that.
That might have cost him the sub 31, unfortunately.
That is tough, especially trying to go for that strat where you diagonally dash out of the feather to skip the wall climb. For me, it's really tight, and I have messed it up more than I've gotten it. Oh, whew.
Fair. Overextends the dash jump there, but recovers it just fine. Oh.
All right, blackpear clocking in at a 31:10. And again, you know, as you mentioned, the 2 buff drop deaths, like if those did not occur, he would have had a sub 31 there. So again, it's like the importance of trying to get that strat. It makes a big difference. And it's probably going to be like it's going to be the story throughout every race that we're going to see in the league this time. All right, so yeah, we are going to take a very brief 2-minute break here before we get underway for our final race. And again, remember, the point system is going to work. If Fladervy wins, he's going to get a total of 4 points. But if blackpear is able to take this race, it'll go 3 points to Fladervy and then 1 point to blackpear. All right, so we do see blackpear just getting ready for the next race here. I know on the previous one we saw Fladervy do a little bit of fine tuning, trying to check some areas before getting into that second race. Like he is squared away. Get ready to take care of that final race. All right, we should be getting ready here in just one moment. And again, as I mentioned, we do have more action coming up later today on Speedrun. So be sure to follow the channel, get those notifications on, as we have a lot of league action for not only just Celeste, but for Mario 64, Mario Odyssey, and Mario Kart Double Dash. It's a very exciting time, and I'm looking forward to seeing some of the other games that's GSA has to offer. You see blackpear toggling the variants here, but we're about to get this one.
Okay, I'm gonna play in mirror mode just to show up.
Oh, that would be something.
Is mirror mode banned if it doesn't actually make you any faster?
That's a good question. Now that I think about
mean,
it.
there is already a category extension for mirror mode, so.
Yeah, I think the only person, since we are briefly talking about mirror mode as we get through prologue, I think the only person that has been consistent in both their any percent run and mirror percent run is Maya Undefined.
Yeah. I think Maya has like 30 something in mirror mode.
Yeah, that
Uh,
is crazy considering that like second place is 50 something. Or maybe it's a
yeah.
sub 59.
No,
I'm not
it's
sure.
it's a 35-44, so
Oh, is it?
definite that definitely lots of room. If any of you are like sub 35 at 80%, feel free to take that record because there's still a lot of room for improvement there. It's technically the same thing as any percent. You just have to not screw up your muscle memory, basically.
Yeah. Alright, so both runners now getting through their city here. Oh, blackpear missed just a little mishap there, but not a huge time loss. That's the other big thing too about Celeste is that like there's what over 600 screens just through one playthrough, and it's crazy to think that like how important it is to optimize every single solitary screen in your run. Like if you think about even just like if you do a bad entry or like say you don't hyper when you're supposed to, it's like, oh, that's like say a half second, right? But if you do that like through half the game, that's 300 screens, which is 150 seconds. So like it really makes a big deal.
Yeah, and like for top runners, like for beginning runners, like that doesn't matter too much because if you die less, regardless of your movement, you're gonna save time. But for like when we're talking about like top runners like these, like even if you see them like almost never die in a chapter, like even if they get a deathless chapter, they could still lose like 5 seconds if their movement isn't on point. So like the better you get at the game, the more it transitions to less deaths being important to more speed being important.
Mm-hmm.
At first, I thought blackpear was going for the spike kick in that room, but I think that was just a misinput.
Alright, Flat hitting the battle and chase here. Not getting that enough height to get to that dream block, but able to do it back. And we'll see if blackpear can do it. Blackpear gets it on his screen. That strat always makes you nervous.
Which one?
The one where you jump out of the hyper block or the dream block and then you just dash straight away. It's the second screen of the battle and chase. Or the other strat is
where you do 2 diagonal dashes instead of grabbing the corner first.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like a 3 pixel window you have, maybe even less. So definitely pretty scary.
blackpear having a nice battle and chase. Now, I've seen blackpear, he's been getting caught up in a wake in a few sections, most notably in that spring room. We're gonna see if he can get this one down. In the meantime,
Fladervy, there's one corner.
Holy moly, he is flying through the section.
Only
Very clean awake, yeah.
Yeah, good awake for both of them. blackpear misses the corner boost, it's not too bad.
Right, and again we got our beautiful resort section. So we're mainly just gonna look for, you know, demo dash again, in addition to some other stuff, but it's like the same as it ever was. And I feel bad because it's like, you know, we're on the third race and you don't want to like keep repeating the same stuff over and over again, but it's really important to just like really hit home, like just like with cycle base and the dust bunnies and everything. Resort has been run killers for many runners for quite some time, and also like lead changes and everything else too.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, Fladervy doesn't quite dash jump there. I think he went off of the platform before he got the chance to jump. Just gonna take it safe on the second run because you need to get that wall boost at the start in order to get that faster cycle.
It looks like blackpear is actually catching up right now from the looks of things. Actually, no, I'm take that back. Blackpear might be ahead.
No,
Let me see.
they're dead even right now. Like 451 getting the key in the lock, 451 getting.
Oh yeah, wow,
yeah,
they are dead even. Right?
They're less than half a second apart right now. I don't know which one's ahead.
This is where that huge optimized movement and huge mess is going to come into play. So far, blackpear is doing well. Got a sync here. Wow, yeah, like half second. Woo, this is what I'm talking about. Let's go.
Oh,
taking that death there.
Hopefully the backup. Okay, he has a backup for that room. It's not a room you see a lot of deaths in, so it's good to have backup strats even for some of the easier resort rooms, because you know you could always die in a room that you don't expect to.
Yeah, and a lot of these rooms too, when you die in them, you actually can't reset the cycle because they'll like close the entrance off. So it's good to know how to handle that.
For that particular room that blackpear died in, you can jump back into the previous room, but you're taking 2 extra screen transitions, which is very long. So you should only reset the cycle if you have to.
Oh my gosh, so Fladervy taking that death there, blackpear is right back in it.
We're about to see flat boost right here. Oh no, he misses it. Goes for the wave dash instead.
See how this last screen in the towel section works for both runners. Vlad going for the wall bounce, but not getting enough jump. Whoa,
okay. Blackpear takes a slight lead here. Fladervy had a little trouble with getting that cycle skip. Smart move, slowing down and going down to that platform instead to get his dash back though.
We're in the elevator shaft now. Then they handle these coin rooms.
Doesn't quite get the wall boost. And now we're synced.
Synced again. Oh my gosh, are we about to have a sync demo? Let's go.
Depends on how long the setup takes. Ooh, blackpear.
Oh, blackpear gets out first.
Ooh, but flag gets the. Oh no, he didn't get the corner boost. I thought he did at first. Ooh. Oh no!
Oh
he went
no!
under the crystal. I think he demo dashed to help go under the dust bunny, but the hitbox shrinking actually made him miss the crystal too.
That is unfortunate. That's a huge loss.
Yeah, it definitely looked like he was in position to get that crystal, but he probably demo dashed there to make it easier to get under the dust bunny.
And then Fladervy having a little bit of a hang up here in this coin room. blackpear able to get through it clean, so saving himself a little bit of time here.
Fortunately, that was one of the longest rooms in Resort that blackpear died at the end of.
Oh yeah. Like Fladervy forcing himself to slow down. Maybe he missed his cycle, I'm not sure. But it's gonna allow blackpear to catch up.
It's 8:23 for blackpear. Yeah, Flad's about 6 seconds ahead now. And it really all came down to that one room.
Yeah. Both runners just
Ooh.
zooming through. Oh no, Flad taking a death there.
That
Live
was a
Blackpear
little smaller than Blackpear's previous death, but that is gonna cut the difference in probably about half. Probably about 3 seconds lost there. Yeah, it's like 2 seconds of a difference now. Still in Vlad's favor though.
And we get to the first auto scroller skip here. Blackpear having to jump on the cloud again to get set up. Let's see, we're gonna go for an ultra strat here. No, Blackpear opting for the bunny hop, but Flad going for the ultra there.
I still don't know how that bunny hop strat works because I can do the ultra one but not the bunny hop one. It's weird.
Yeah, me too. I do either the normal strat or the ultra strat, but the bunny hop one, I'm like, I don't know how this works.
Like most people who do the bunny hop one say it's easier than the ultra strat.
I would have to disagree with them. I feel the ultra's easier. It's just like it's just doing the ultra. You know, there's not like anything tricky to it, but
Well, I mean,
hop,
there are still plenty of ways the ultra can go wrong. Like if you don't buffer the ultra, you'll overshoot the platform.
Oh yeah. So both runners are different strats there. Flad was going up top while Blackpear is going the intended route.
Yeah, I think Vlad's gained a few seconds just from movement now. So it looks like a 7-second lead now. Please no snowball. Okay, good. Whoa. Got a little RTA sync right here.
It's quite satisfying. Oh, again, the different strats.
Yeah, so you could tell Fladervy gained about half a second by doing the ultra there. Oh!
Oh no!
a retry attempting to skip that cutscene.
Yeah, actually, that's one thing we haven't touched on with menuing. It's not as important as in other games, but so when you open the pause menu, you have skip cutscene right underneath resume, but you also have retry that is in that same slot. So as we saw on Blackpear's screen, if you open the menu a little too early before you're in a cutscene, you will result in a death. I know a few runners aren't fans of that, but I personally like it. It adds menuing, you know, to the mix. So, and I think every runner has definitely done that at some point.
Blackpear gets a slightly faster cycle now. Alright, so we're coming up on the potential yeet on Vlad's side.
And you keep track of these strats.
Oh, he didn't quite get the bunny hop.
Good
Blackpear's turn. Oh, yeet!
We got it. Yep. So both runners went 1 for 3 with the yeets. So technically a double yeet, even though it wasn't at the same time. Nice tape section for both runners.
Alright, so they are pretty far apart, but they're only one missed Bubs drop apart.
I know, that is so crazy. Alright, it looks like Fladervy's gonna get there first. Blackpear not far behind.
Ooh,
Oh, that's a miss. Yeah.
Blackpear, you got this Blackpear?
Oh
they
no,
both
they
missed
both
it.
missed it.
Okay, so Flag keeps his lead for now. Let's hope they can get it on their second try.
Alright, second attempt.
Okay,
Flad's
Flag
got
gets
it.
the second try. Blackhair needs
Blackpear.
to get this. Okay,
Nice.
he
Okay.
still has a chance. Let's see if Blackhair will go for that diagonal again.
Oh, he did, but oh.
Didn't quite get it.
All right, Fladervy in through the mirror here. What's funny is you can diagonal dash from that crystal to that that pit as well. It's a really tight, excuse me, but you know, definitely saves a little bit of time. Hopefully, maybe a runner or two will go for it in the league. We'll see. In the meantime, Vlad about to hit up Theo. Blackpear not too far behind.
I mean, we do have a 12-second desync, so it's a much bigger difference than it looks.
Alright, Flat first to get to the impossible room. See how he does here. Definitely possible with with those strats. Very nice. Now Blackpear's turn. Opting for the non-ultra strat here. Gets all right, so again, back with the reflection. Let's see if we can get that lake.
Vlad is almost half a minute ahead at this point.
Oh wow!
Like that lead came out of nowhere.
Well, we know that Blackpear took a death in.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. Kevin was like, "Not today. I'm gonna go over here." You know, we've seen Blackpear take a death in 5B in that room shortly after
Blackpear is gonna take the Kevin all the way around as well.
Yeah, okay. Kevins are being a little disobedient today. They're not trying to do their intended behaviors. That's okay. The runners are prepared to deal with such behavior.
It's weird. Sometimes it looks like Blackpear is doing keyboard, and sometimes it looks like he's doing controller. Maybe he's using the D-pad to control the feather in some parts.
Maybe.
Ooh,
that was
him ultra to that feather is scary. Like, even if you get the feather, I feel like the momentum can push you down into the lower
pit.
death zone. Oh, here's my dash. Valid.
Oh no, Blackpear taking a death there. Try again. I think he dashed too early. If the Derby taking a death in top route as well, but able to bounce back. See how Blackpear fares in this room here.
Oh,
no.
He misses the bumper cancel.
I'm actually impressed that he did not reset the room. He just dove right back into it. I've seen a lot of runners when they die in there to just leave and come back to get the same cycle. Oh
Oh,
no!
he misses a feather.
Not sure what that was all about.
Went a little too low, apparently.
I
think he meant to hyper into that room, but accidentally dashed forward.
Alright, and Fladervy is in with the battle and fight. blackpear not too far behind, but with this Fladervy's consistent battle and fight in Summit, it's gonna be a very uphill battle for blackpear to come back and get this victory here.
Yeah, like Fladervy is multiple screens into battle and still has a few fewer seconds on his timer. So
yeah,
like the difference looks big, but it's even bigger than it looks.
Yeah, I'll try to get a timer to get a better idea, but it looks like it's maybe 45 seconds ish. If I were to make a guess,
We'll definitely get an ITT sync at the start of the summit.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, blackpear goes for a really interesting ultra shot there. Messes it up a few times. I think I don't know if he's gotten that first try in any of his 3 runs. Oop.
Oh.
I think blackpear's also playing in photosensitive mode too. I'm not certain, but you can tell how the distortion effects aren't happening on his screen when he hits Valorant.
Oh yeah, you're right.
And like, yeah, that's like, if you're running this game, you should absolutely turn off screen shake, but photosensitive mode is a little more optional. Depends on how distracting you find this distortion effects to be.
I feel like when having it on, it gives you an idea on when you're able to dash after colliding with battling. So Fladervy here getting into the final screen, getting the fast cycle. Let's go. Ultra out. Nice. And just as Flat is leaving Reflection, blackpear is starting up his battle and fight too.
Oop. Managed to recover that before the shot came out. Ooh, hypered off of that block a little too early and got the momentum boost when he didn't want to. You can wait on that block for quite a while because you have to wait for the last one anyway.
blackpear on the final screen, setting up for the fast cycle here.
Oh,
no!
Ultra's a little too soon.
Maybe panicked because the laser was on site. He's gonna go for it again.
Doesn't quite get the bumper boost.
Still, he's out. And so I think again we're gonna be in the same kind of spot where they're about 500 meters apart from each other.
Yeah. Well, more actually. I feel like they could even be like 1,000 meters apart.
Yeah, it is possible. That was a very nice upward section there from blackpear. Very smooth movement there. You know, again, we talk about movement so much, but it is really, really important in Celeste. Like,
whoa, flat
awake.
Across the side of that block.
Whoa.
Oh,
But yeah, like
switch.
like with the awake
He
section.
misses the switch again.
Why, he
okay,
missed-
you can back it up this time. Oh no! He
Oh
doesn't back it
no!
up.
Glad, what's going on here?
Okay, he goes to the
Okay,
saber
there we
shot
go.
now.
There we go. Whew.
Yeah, because you can either climb up the right wall and then just dash it up, or wall boost off the left wall, which is slightly faster. But then you have a little less room to get to the third switch. Yeah, we should be getting a RGT sync in just a moment. Now that they're in Summit.
Yeah, to go back to the movement.
Not quite by 1,000 years apart, but a little more than 500.
Yeah. Oh, Flat is zooming through this part too. Oh, he's going to change his trajectory there to make sure he didn't clip into the floor there. For some reason in that screen, and we'll see it again on blackpear's screen, if you're too low to the ground on that dream block, when you come out of it, you'll instantly die. So
yeah,
runners have to be mindful of where they're at.
I think your hitbox gets a little smaller when you go into a dream block, which means the moment you come out, the hitbox expands, and if it's inside the wall, it kills you. Whoa, that was an odd backup from blackpear.
That's very interesting. Now Fladervy on 1500. Okay, Flad. I see those. Usually people wait before dashing downward from that coin, but he said, nope, I'm gonna just jump right into it. Yes, it's like right here. If you don't have enough height there, you'll die when you come out of that. But blackpear's having a decent 1,000 here. But again, I don't know if it's gonna take a lot for him to get back into the swing of things here. And Fladervy has flown through 1,500. Holy jeez, dude.
Yeah.
I thought he had a few screens left and was sorely again.
Not sure. He pauses a moment there because the death cycle's a little harder.
Oh, he did the same thing that Fladervy did there.
Looks like they're starting the room with an extended hyper and using the a little slight extra momentum from hypering from the previous room fast enough there. Ooh. Oh, okay, is missing these.
Yeah.
He's going too low from the ultra and then hitting the death zone before getting the crystal.
It's interesting because in race 2 when that happened, he had a backup strat, and this time he opted to not go for it.
Ooh, he goes
Oh,
under
no.
that crystal. Oh, there's 2 wall boosts in that room. That's interesting. Maybe that only works on death.
Fladervy getting demo dash underneath that auto scroller block.
Oh, blackpear misses the wall boost. Oh, he doesn't get his dash back from that demo hyper. I don't think I've seen that before.
Alright, now I seen that corner boost from Fladervy there. Okay.
What happened there?
Not sure, but we got a door skip on Flad's screen as he gets to this final section here. Blackpear just again zooming through these screens.
You had a little trouble with the demo dash last time, so see if you can get it this time. Yeah, no problem.
Okay, first. Flat is on 3,000. Again, barring anything, any catastrophe, this one appears to be in the bag for Fladervy. But we'll see. We've seen many mishaps happen on Summit and many comebacks and upsets, so it is still anyone's game. Although Fladervy is going to be making it tough because that was a supremely crispy downdraft section. Oh my god.
He's on sub 30 pace once again.
Oh, just didn't get out far enough there for some reason. Now Blackpear getting ready for his 3,000 ascent. Fladervy just moving through as he heads into the coin section here.
Conked his head twice, attempting that wall boost there. Ooh. Not sure if he meant to dash forward there. Looks like he needed to go diagonally after that crystal. Whoa, taking the spring there. I don't think I've seen anyone do that before. Oh, and doesn't get the wall boost at the end. Could have backed that up too. Oh, he misses the wall boost again. Okay, he oh no, I don't think you can't neutral jump and down, or you can just barely neutral jump and down draft, but unfortunately it couldn't save him.
Yeah, I think he was trying to see if he could stand on that platform with the spikes, similar like on 2B. Oh, that's really unfortunate. Cleans it up though. There's a very solid in section there and is getting ready for his updraft, but Flad is on flag 1 here. So he's probably going to come in at a 29.32.
Looks like it.
GG's to Fladervy here with the sweep on the first game. He's going to net himself 4 points, which is a very important thing.
+1 for winning the set, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I believe that is how that works. Blackpear here getting through these coin switches in the home stretch.
Oh, he does a diagonal in flag 10. Oh, he's gonna have to go back down to get his dash back.
Alright, Blackpear on the home stretch here. There's a few more flags to go. And again, folks, don't go anywhere because we actually will be jumping right into Super Mario Odyssey. So we're gonna go ahead and start up on our outro here as we hit flag 1. So, of course, if you guys love these guys and love this action, be sure to give them a follow. If you want to give Programmatic or myself a follow on the commentary duties, do that as well. We have plenty of Celeste matches and other GSA League matches from other games coming up too. Like I said, we got Super Mario Odyssey coming up right now. But let's go ahead and finish off with this epilogue screen. And I think, yeah, clocking in at 31:52. I mean, overall consistency across both runners here. But yeah, so we're going to go ahead and wrap this one up. With thank everybody for tuning in, as always. And we've got more action coming right now.